And then just turn it way down because you're in here. You just tap the screen that sends likes, and then on the bottom right, just where it is like a duet, hit that, and you can send that to whomever you want.
Okay.
You can put it on your Facebook, whatever. What's up, Canadian? What's up? Hey, Canadian Les. We are just chilling in the studio tonight. We're gonna do a radio show kind of style thing. Myself, obviously you know me. There's Robbie Rob making beats. And there's JDore, aka Mr. E. And that's what we're doing right now. There's Rob just vibing to himself, because that's how good his music is. And we're doing, hey baby. We're doing a radio show kind of style thing tonight. What's up, Bauer? I see you, Wolfman. And so I'm gonna interview these two guys and answer some of the questions that people have been asking me too about the music and asking on Rob's page. So that's what we're doing tonight. Give people a little bit of time to get in here and check it out. So this is where I'm gonna be later, right here. Jay and I still have to put down officially on a track that Rob can use our verses for the George Floyd song, for a song called Say His Name. We did it for TikTok, but we didn't do it for Rob. So Rob can't put it into the computer yet and make it into a song. So we're gonna do that hopefully tonight too, after the live.
Yeah.
Fire Fist, I see you, man.
He just did this, what, an hour ago? Is that right?
What?
This.
Made this beat?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's how you are.
Just seriously. I think it took less than 45 minutes.
The GOAT beat that we did on RobbieRobBeats
It was like 10 minutes.
page, it took him like 5, maybe 10 minutes.
If that. It didn't take that long.
That was pretty low effort.
And that wasn't a lot of effort.
It wasn't a lot
This
of
is
effort.
this is what it looks like on the screen when Rob tries
Yeah, what I actually tried.
and takes, an hour, and this is what it sounds like.
This is for JDore's record.
That's JDore right there. This is for his record. Do that again. I want to screen record that at some point, because I want to see you do that with like the perfect cast from the Goofy movie.
Oh, shit.
All right, so while you do that, he's got a phone call in the middle of the show.
Boy.
While he's doing that,
Popular.
I'm gonna go over here and show you what JDore is doing,
Oh, man.
so that you can mimic that. Tap your
Yes.
screen a whole bunch of times. It sends us some love, and it shows us, more on the algorithm and stuff. We'd appreciate that. That'd just be awesome.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
Share it with people if you want to. Send us questions. Send us, your thoughts on things if you want to.
What did
Hey, Melvin,
what did one egg say to the other egg?
I don't know. What did one egg say to the other egg?
I am in the studio right now.
Hey, man, you get laid last night?
But I'll be done in about
That is a rapper dad joke.
I got right.
That- So the TikTok names, you'll see JDore on the live right now. I'm gonna get him to say something in here.
Let's do it this weekend.
Say hi, Jay.
Right. Let's do this weekend. Okay.
How do I
Let's
send
make
it?
that happen.
Yep.
Can we do Saturday? Can we do
So
Saturday?
Jay just said, "What up?"
All right. Let's
So
do
follow JDore.
Oh, yeah.
He's got music coming out. Follow each other. Everybody in the live. I see everybody right now. I think.
I'm gonna be posting freestyles, beats, comedy skits, all that. It's gonna be good times.
Absolutely,
Okay,
absolutely.
I'll get there. But Saturday for sure.
Who's there, Tizrock? I see your knock knock.
I could be any.
And then I'm also, because it won't let me post comments, I'm gonna take your phone from you for a second,
Please do.
and I'm gonna put at Robbie
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
Nice.
Rob Beats on there too, so that you guys can follow him as well.
Rob's over there getting money right now.
Rob is over there,
He's over here getting money.
literally in the middle of our live. Rob is just making us money,
Getting paid.
and so,
Monica?
which is great. I'm absolutely
All right, perfect.
fine with
Let's
that.
do Yep.
But Rob is the producer. He makes the beats. He started this company. He started this kind of vision for us. I came on late to the game. Jay's been here for a little bit.
Poquito nomás, a little bit.
Jay was in a group and associated
send
with
that
a
to me
group
right
called
now.
the
I'll
High
put it right
Children.
Still in the group
And-
with the High Children. I'm still
and-
with the High Children. Shouts to my man.
You're just
J-Dog, shouts to Peter, Murata, shouts to Nasty Nash, shouts to JJ, shouts to the whole crew. What up, dog?
Yep. So you guys have seen me wear my, I'm not wearing it tonight, sadly, but you've seen me wear my High Children shirt. Jay is on that shirt.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. DJ Third Degree. Sorry, okay, go ahead.
And DJ Third Degree.
Yeah, because I called you.
and,
back, didn't ring in, so just
So,
give me a call back
but
right
Jay
now.
is going to be working on some of his own stuff here
All right,
with
thanks.
Rob,
Yeah, man.
kind of doing solo stuff. You know, Wu-Tang Clan style stuff.
You
You
know
know,
it.
you can be, you know, in the Wu-Tang Clan and still make solo stuff.
Absolutely.
Like
You know what I'm
Method
saying?
Man
Just like
was
this.
still in the Wu-Tang Clan.
It's very Wu-Tang.
Have you seen the movie Popstar?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a
love
that's
that
a
movie.
quote from that movie at the end of it. If
What?
nobody
What does
caught
it
that,
say? No,
so
say
they're
it
all,
again.
they're all sitting in the studio together,
Uh-huh.
and they're like, no, nobody wants you to stop doing your solo stuff. You can still be in the group and do solo stuff. Like Method Man did solo stuff, but was still in the Wu-Tang Clan, or like Redman, who was still in the Wu-Tang Clan. But did solo stuff, or like they just keep listing like all of the members.
Oh, that's great, man. I love that.
They see me rolling. That's bad, Tiz Rock. That comment just came across. That's really funny.
Yo, you ready?
You want to hit it?
Another love song playing on your radio box. Another ghetto casualty. Another brother in shock. Another girl cried. She had a glimmer of hope till another brother shot her brother over a rope. Is this another way of looking at the world that they live in? They taking what they should be given in the name of capitalism. But is it realism? Or is somebody trying to give you what it isn't? Vision, precision with precision, that ain't what you need. Another day, another dollar that you won't see. You get one ticket, do you think you'll win the lottery? By sitting around the crib and hitting hella chronic weed? Another sad story made your girl cry. Another politician problem solve another lie. So our society is headed up into the light. Another preacher teaches bigotry in the name of Christ. So do what's right. Easy. That's what we gonna be doing, man. All day, every day.
So that's just memorized.
That's just
Like, and here's Rob over here finalizing the beat. And Rob will keep messing with this even after Jay actually lays down the track and records his vocals. Rob will still sit on this for hours and hours until Rob thinks it's perfect. Like, I've heard 19 different versions of the same song. Like, Rob will send me a beat and I'll be like, that's amazing. And he goes, what would you change on it? And I'll maybe say like maybe one thing. And then he'll be like, okay, cool. And then he'll send me a new version, and it's like almost completely different. Like very few parts are the same.
Right.
And then he'll be like, okay, now we added the vocals.
Facts.
And I'm like, sweet, it's perfect, it's done. And he'll be like, no. And he'll send me 18 more versions until Rob thinks it's good, or until we all tell him to tap out, it's perfect, stop. He's like a pit bull we gotta pull off sometimes. What's up, Rook? Astro Griff, thank you for being here, man. Rook says, what's up?
What's up, Rook?
Rook, I got a spoiler for you, man. this dude over here picked you for best on his beat too, on one of his beats. So we're gonna be releasing that on Fridays. We're gonna start doing best on beat every Friday. Even though we're releasing beats every day, we're probably gonna do best of beats every Friday. Give people a week to, figure out their rhymes and have time to get on.
Spit that heat.
So if you hit that, if you hit it hard, then you win best in beat, best in show. What's up, lesbian?
Hey.
These kids, you see their TikTok names? She said hi. You see her on there?
Hey, what happened?
You lost the comments. Where'd you go?
Oh,
okay.
there we go.
So right there, read that TikTok name real quick for me.
Hey, lesbian. All right, my favorite kind of being.
She's my daughter. Join. I like it.
Hey.
Your favorite kind of being. You're goofy, man. I like you. All right, so while Rob keeps tinkering, yeah, we saw that Quinn did it. We were looking for best in beat on that beat because that was the earliest one, and I saw that Quinn added to it. So that was amazing. I gotta send her a thank you note for sure. Yeah, anytime that you guys want to use the sounds that we upload off of RobbieRobBeats page or Duet, Guinea, I don't know if Guinea is on the live right now. She reads Dr. Seuss books on beat, and it's awesome. And it's so good, actually. Like, it's one of Rob's favorite things, and she's been so consistent at it.
Awesome.
And she hits it really hard. So anytime you guys want to do anything, you don't have to spit bars if that's not your thing. If you just want to vibe to it, we would love if you would just use the sounds. That'd be amazing. But one of our good friends, Sarah and my friends from church, her TikTok name is right there. It's God Kinney. She does cosplay, and she did an amazing cosplay edit to one of Rob's beats, and we really appreciate that. You guys are welcome. Whatever it is that you do, please go ahead and use the sound and do what it is that you do. If you do art, if you rap, if you do art, if you dance, awesome. Whatever you want to do on it, that's absolutely what music is for. You got to change your name. I mean, go ahead and change it if that's what you want to do, but remind me that it's you when you change it.
Right?
Like, because I don't want to lose you as a person that I send stuff to and send like invites to this stuff, because I'll forget your TikTok name. Like Villain Deku, who was a dude that was down with us from the very beginning, me and Sarah, he's changed his TikTok name so many times, I don't know what it is. I can't send him these lives anymore. He used to be on every one, but I don't know what his TikTok name is anymore.
Oh no.
So if you guys know what it is, send it to him because I miss him. Detective Pizza. Oh, you guys are going to like Pizza. She's hilarious. Okay. If you actually read the comments, she is so funny.
What up?
She's from Ireland. And she likes to commit arson.
Ireland. And arson.
And arson.
I love Ireland. I do.
Absolutely.
Very, very
Sarah,
nice.
thank you very much for sharing the live. That's my girlfriend, Sarah, loveistheway.com. She's amazing.
Loveistheway.com.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
We'll be back after these messages.
Not a sponsor yet.
Exactly. Not a sponsor.
That's something that Sarah and I often say in our lives. Like, she'll be drinking a Coke, and she'll hold it up with the label facing, and we'll say, not a sponsor yet. We're working on it. We're open to it.
Actually, you want to see something really...
Like today's is brought to you by my Mountain Dew socks.
Oh boy.
Mountain Dew, not a sponsor yet.
You want to see something actually...
Oh, is this
Mini Kiwi Water is a cool TikTok name. And Run, I appreciate that you're here, man.
the one that sounds like
The Green Day?
Weezer?
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. That is the genius Adam Pritchards.
That song.
Pritchards
Cool.
is not a joke. He is not to be played with. He really isn't. He is probably the most gifted songwriter, engineer, everything that you could possibly. He's just.
So he just does everything.
He's dope. Wait till I play this one. I think I was playing it for Jamal the other day.
Doesn't he play a bunch of
he plays
instruments?
Yeah,
too?
he does all of
There's
his
too much
own-
white on your screen. I can't show
He
you.
does all his own stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah, this joint that Robbie Rob
Not
played.
not white.
Crazy.
White.
You're a dude. This is the track right here.
All right.
This out.
I'm gonna set this right by your speakers.
Oh, dude, this is off the chain. It's
I'm gonna flip it so
so
they can
freaking
see
good.
us vibing.
For real. I mean, it is. He's Adam Fritchards is the goat.
I gotta turn it out so they can hear the
really
sound
good.
though.
All right, here we go. Dude, you should get this stand. He's got a stand. Yeah. What's up, serious? Oh, how did we slip to that? Oh, I know why.
Did you play the wrong song?
Yeah, I did.
That was dope though. I like that bass line. I was feeling that.
No. Wait till you hear what.
Bass lines that move. I like that.
Let's see. I think I have to go.
I mean, 808s are great, but you give me a bass line that moves. I like that just as much sometimes, even more sometimes.
Here we go. Yeah, this is it right here.
It was gonna hit right there. You follow the rules. I haven't done jump jams in a while.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the
Yes.
Now, the crazy part about that is that Adam played every instrument. He recorded every instrument. He mixed it himself, edited, did all the vocals himself, and mastered it. All himself in probably a space about as big as this.
That's
I'm not
insane.
even kidding. Seriously, it's insane.
To hit that whole, like the whole everything.
Yeah, he does
Mixed,
everything.
mastered, produced,
Yeah,
sang, wrote.
Yeah, he did. He did this out of an apartment. Okay.
So
For real.
he's the Quentin Tarantino of music, is what you're telling me.
He's,
He did all of the things.
Adam
He did
is-
all of the things.
yeah,
That's
he
that's
did.
Quentin Tarantino.
Seriously.
Who else does that?
Right?
Who else does everything?
All the things, bro. For all the things. Seriously. I mean, Adam's got so much stuff that's really cool. I can't even. Seriously. I just no. I can't.
That's amazing. She changed her TikTok name to Kiwi Arson Water because she and Detective Pizza are such good friends, and they always talk about committing arson. I don't know if I can applaud this decision, but I like it.
Genius.
C.
Adam
Mallon.
Richards. This is insane.
Woo!
All himself.
Hey, while you're on, send us questions. I'm going to be interviewing these two. I have a few questions from Rob's page and a few questions from my own that I know people have been asking about our music. Send us those questions. All right, Rob.
That's insane.
Time for a couple questions.
All right, questions.
All right. Oh, we got a few. All right. So before I answer the first question that I had, we're going to start with this. I feel like this is going to be easy maybe for all of us, but what's your favorite genre of music to listen to and favorite genre of music to make? And is it the same or is it different?
What?
Ooh, it's a tie.
Oh, okay.
It's a tie between like
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you.
90s, early 2000s rock, like Oasis, Nirvana, Smashing Pumpkins, and
Okay.
hip hop, and any kind of hip hop.
Okay. Yep. Every kind of hip hop.
It's a tie because
Okay.
I like to listen to hip hop in my car.
Okay.
When I'm like doing laundry and stuff, I'll be vibing off that like Nirvana and Smashing Pumpkins and all that.
I didn't think that would be the case for you. I learned something about you just now.
Seattle.
I'm from
Oh, I know, but that doesn't. I mean, I just learned that about him.
From Seattle. I mean, so that makes
I'm not
sense.
hating on it.
No.
I have a similar answer.
It's man, that's tough. It'd probably be a lot of R&B, a lot of pop music. I love pop music, and I've started to really jump down. I went down a K-pop and a J-pop rabbit hole for a moment.
Okay.
I went down that moment for a while.
Who's your biggest K and J? Oh, Blackpink.
Blackpink. That Let's Kill This Love.
Was it on
That's the track.
Netflix or Hulu? Their their biopic documentary thing.
There is one, but there's another one. The 9 Muses of. Remember I was showing you that?
Oh,
the
yeah.
9 Muses of something records.
Pizza, I appreciate that.
Oh man, that was crazy.
That's crazy.
But really, just kind of being a Minnesotan at heart.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, growing up around that whole Prince thing and being in that orbit, Prince.
Who's that?
That guy up there. Growing up,
I had a glare. That's why I stood up because I knew you were going to say Prince.
Growing up in that orbit it's kind of tough not to grow up here in Prince and not be influenced by him. It's really hard. But I will give props to Bob Mould and Husker Du and the Replacements and Soul Asylum and all those cats that were out of here.
Yeah.
Seriously. I mean, that's I have to give props. And the Suburbs. Don't forget the Suburbs. Those guys were awesome in terms of a band. I mean, they were great. So those. So favorite genre to make. Man, that's a tough.
That's
one.
gonna hurt your feelings, isn't it?
That's a
Like
tough
your
one.
internal soul is
Because
gonna wrestle with this one.
Because really, whatever is rhythmic. Like right now, I'm really into world music.
That's what I was gonna say. That's my favorite. That's totally my favorite right
just
now.
into world music.
Yep.
It's music that's like the stuff that you hear over in Africa that you guys think is really cheesy. Man, I'm about to tear it apart with that stuff. That's just like a preview of what you guys just heard
Yup.
from the very beginning.
That's my whole project.
Seriously, this whole project is just absolutely like that. So
That's my favorite.
So world music is probably the best stuff to do, the stuff that's rhythmic or intricate or that type of stuff that has a lot of dynamics to it. It's not just like somebody just screaming into a mic and that's all you hear, as opposed to somebody that has some highs and some lows and
Melodies.
swells and builds up and things like that there. So
Yeah.
Close second, EDM music.
EDM music. Okay.
Martin Garrix is
And we're
my
gonna
favorite.
drop your house music, EDM music, your danceable stuff on a separate channel. We'll announce that on RobbieRobBeats' channel, and I'll say something on it too.
Yeah, for sure. That's going to happen because it just has to. I have plenty of. I learned Chicago house in the '90s when it first was coming out by a guy, and his name is Ramon. And Ramon came and he taught all of us how to be able to do house music, and I've been like a fan ever since. So yeah, house and dance music, Disco's Revenge, absolutely.
Beautiful, beautiful. I appreciate it. I'm seeing everybody that's joining. These guys don't have access to the comments, so Courtney, I see that you're on. And Pizza, I said we're going to answer everybody's questions, so we will answer your question. As crazy as that question is, we will answer it here in a second. For me, what I listen to and my influences are different, if that makes any sense. What I'm listening to the most right now is, like 90s hip-hop, early 90s hip-hop stuff, story rap. Like back when hip-hop told stories in popular
like
mainstream.
Not long ago, where
Yeah.
people were behaving and lived life slow.
Yes, like Biggie Smalls, Tupac, like those.
Yeah.
That's what I'm listening to a lot of. And early Minnesota rap, or for me, early Minnesota rap. I'm the young cat in this room. Like when Rhyme Sayers first started, when Atmosphere was first out, it was a lot of that too. Because that's what I like, and that's what I like to make a lot of. Like if you hear my verse on Say His Name on the George Floyd song, and we're going to talk more about that, I put my personal experience in it because I think that means the most. So for me, like that's what I jam out to a lot when I'm doing stuff like cleaning in my place and stuff like that. But when I'm like driving somewhere and I just want to get hype, I mean, truthfully, honestly, I listen to a lot of Rob's beats. But beside that, I'm listening to like really like old school rock, like you said, like that's the thing. Yeah. Like I'm listening to, like I bought Queen's Greatest Hits.
Oh, nice.
And I've been listening to that, and it's insane.
So good.
Like after I watched their biopic, I didn't realize how many Queen songs I knew. First of all, so like I knew that entire thing. I was like, because I watched the Elton John one first. And I'm like, nice. I think I know some Elton John songs. I'll watch that. It might be an interesting biopic. I knew like 2 songs in that whole movie.
Really?
And then, like now I know more because they were good and I listened to them some more. But like the entire Queen discography, I think there's like 2 songs I didn't know.
You can't get away from it.
And
the movies, they play it at the mall. Like you know it, even if you don't know it, you know it.
Right. So that, and then Sarah's got me watching America's Got Talent now. I've never watched it before this season, so I'm listening to a few of like the best ofs from that, and like people that are like living their dream and like throwing out their very best songs.
Nice.
Because I think that's, I mean, you put your heart into your stuff regardless of genre. You put your absolute all into it. Other than country music, because I just can't. I tried. I'm from a country music town and I can't do it.
Okay, I got Alex's wife on the line.
Yeah, some of it. New country, not so much.
I'm happy I'm not the only one who listened to different stuff driving versus at home. I think that's normal. Do people only listen to the same stuff when they're driving or at home?
I feel bad if they do.
Yeah. Like CM Allen, like you can see the comments, like he said that same thing.
Yeah, like expand your horizons. You're missing out.
Oh boy, that is a really sad story. What's a really sad story, Courtney? Maybe I missed something.
I think she's talking about people who...
How are you the young one there? I hate you, Pizza. I love you, but I hate you.
You're 1 billion years old.
Wu-Tang for life. I like that. Courtney. Atmosphere is from MKE? No. No. That's just not right.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I don't know what MKE is.
I mean, Slug is from South St. Paul.
Oh.
So, like, that's where I would say Atmosphere is from. I know that the rest of the band and group is from other places. But, like, Slug is the lead, and he's from South St. Paul.
I see.
I just saw him, like, when I used to live in West St. Paul, the city of West St. Paul, which is the stupidest name for a city because it is south and east of St. Paul.
Oh, my God.
It is not west of anything. But when I lived in West St. Paul, South St. Paul was the next city over. And so, like, I would just see him at the Burrito Mercado where I would go and get tacos and stuff all the time. And, like, it wasn't... I was, like, the only person that recognized him, and I was geeking out back then.
Right.
And because this was 7 years ago. And so I was just like, oh, that's Slug. And he's like, yeah, shut up. Like, because some people know who I am, but I'm just trying to eat a taco. Like,
exactly. I don't want to start having.
He was a really funny dude. Okay, so I'm the human Grammarly.
Socrates' philosophies and hypotheses can't you know I'll be dropping these mockeries.
DJ Boogie T, I love everything except for country. Yep, I relate highly to that. All right, so we said we're answering every question.
Dolly Parton is the shit.
How do you feel about arson?
Arson?
Yes.
The act of arson?
The act of arson.
Not DJ Arson?
No.
Okay. I would have to say I disapprove.
I would have to say that for legal reasons, every time I've talked about arson, it was a joke.
Yeah.
I feel like there's very few occasions where I like actually approve of arson.
Yeah.
But I mean, there might be cause for it sometimes. How do I feel about you fighting my mom, Detective Pizza? I would pay straight up pay-per-view money
Right?
to watch you fight my mom.
Oh, come on.
I would wear a swimsuit and hold up the boxing card like a old school 90s boxing girl
The ring girl.
for you to fight my mom. I would 100% just call out I would be the announcer, the referee, the everything if you would fight my mom. Like, no joke. All right, so now back to like some of the questions that we had in Rob's and my pages, and probably in yours, but you don't read your messages, and we got to work on that. What was the first song that you ever made? The first track you ever made? What was it? What was it about? What did you make it on?
Oh my gosh. Well, the first song I ever made was just a rap.
Okay.
I was in the 6th grade,
Nice.
and everybody had a rap, man. If you didn't have a rap, you might get beat up.
Yep.
Like, we'd be on the playground, and a cipher would start, and it'd be like, you know, I'm the best. You know, I passed the test, and everybody knows that I'm better than the rest. And they look at you, and if you don't spit something,
Then you're done.
You might be in trouble, man.
Yep.
So my go-to was always, I was in the 6th grade, so don't at me. I was Jammin' J.
That was your first rap name?
That was my first rap name.
I like it. I like Jammin' J.
I'm Jammin' JD in the place to be. And I rock on the mic so viciously. I'm non-stop, cherry popping, never stopping, busting rhymes on a dime, always in the nick of time. Never ever miss a letter, but I'll make your girlfriend wear the Jammin' JD. Can't be better, cause I am a record setter. That was my 6th grade rap.
Oh my gosh. And you still have it down cold.
It was the first one I wrote.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, so I know it's terrible.
What was the first song you recorded?
First song I recorded was...
Because I feel like that's got to be a different answer.
Pump It Up. It was way before Joe Budden, by the way.
Yeah.
And, it was awful. I went to the studio, and turns out it was a studio that Nirvana actually used. The same studio. This group called
Nice.
The Curtains. Shouts to Zach. What up, though? And, yeah, man, I took it to Nasty Mix Records because Mix-a-Lot was like the big thing at the time.
Yeah.
And that's how I met Nasty Ness. And I ended up working at the record label, and that's how I learned about the music industry.
That's amazing.
Yeah, with all that, I would have never got on Cube 93. I never would have got on MTV. None of that would have happened. So thank you, Ness.
So
made
from
me
your
have a
first
music career.
song, and I mean, regardless of how you feel about that first track now that you
yeah.
recorded, because I know how we all feel probably about our first tracks,
Painful.
but that paved your way.
It paved my way. I took it. I was like, Ness, what do you think? He was like, man, that's corny.
It's good to have honest people around you, for sure.
He was like, you need to learn about the music industry if you're ever going to make it. We have internships. So
And he gave you that shot. I mean, that's what it's about right there. I mean,
Yeah.
seeing something in somebody, even if it's not their best, their first time out.
Word. Legend.
Yeah, that's
So,
absolutely wonderful.
Next Step. What about you, man?
Next Step, that's me.
That's you.
That's me. That's my rap name. My first rap name was Mr. Barnabas.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Nothing
Barnabas.
rhymes with Barnabas. That's
And
tough, dude.
I switched it to Barney. I would do Barney a lot.
Okay.
I was doing battle raps. So it was stuff
okay.
like, it's alarming to think you're so charming that you can battle me, huh? You in what army?
Nice.
That kind of stuff. And so mainly I was doing battle raps back then. But the first song I wrote was in 6th grade. And I wrote it with a
This is
guitar.
6th grade. I guess that's
With
the
a
time.
guitar.
Nice.
And I wrote it for this girl I had a crush on. And I only knew 3 chords on guitar. And so I'm going to not count this as the first song I ever recorded, but I had a Talk Boy. You remember that from Home Alone 2?
Oh, right.
And so I recorded it on that, and I gave her the tape. And even then, in 6th grade for me was 1999. And so nobody had tape players anymore back then. So so nobody had tape players. So I had to give her also my boombox because it had a CD player and a tape deck, and so she jacked my boombox. I don't think I ever got it back, and I don't know if she ever listened to the song, but I'm not proud of that song. But the first, just in case you're wondering, the first song I ever professionally recorded was a song called "These Hands," and it was off of my demo. It was the only song on that EP, that demo, whatever you want to call it, that I still listen to. Because
this is talking about fighting people.
It's actually good. No, it's kind of about the dichotomy.
Don't want none of these hands, son.
It's no, it's about all the things that I've done physically with my hands. So it's the dichotomy of me. So I've done sinful, terrible things, and I've done things that uplifted the world around me. So it's a song that I still listen to be honest. So I am proud of the first song I ever recorded. But the first album I ever made, I won't give to people that I don't love and trust, won't do stuff with it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, hey, track 3, that's it. Like, track number 3, you listen to nothing else on this whole album. Like,
Just track 3!
Just track 3, and that's it. So, Rob, while you were upstairs, we asked the question, what was the first song that you ever made, and then the first song that you ever recorded, and kind of what they were about? And then we got some other questions that showed up.
First song ever made, Don't Take Your Love Away. I was 14 years old. I wrote that.
So, 14, so you would have been in 8th grade.
8th grade, yep.
Okay, so we were earlier than you. We were in 6th grade.
Yeah, you were 6th grade. Yeah. That's the first one I really ever made. I played it on guitar, that kind of thing. So I did that. First song I ever... I actually have the first project I've ever recorded.
You still have it?
I still have it. I really do.
Okay.
It was 1991. It was a project called TJ Vaughn. And it was a song about gay pride in 1991.
That's amazing.
In fact, it was one of the most controversial records back then. Because,
back then it must have been.
Yeah, because nobody talked about how.
What year? You said 1991?
1991.
That's insane.
Yeah. Do you want to hear it?
Yes, I do.
I wrote the title track. It's actually I played it for Jamal. In fact, I think.
Yeah.
That was a great record because like the Twin Cities Reader and all those guys really got into it.
That's amazing.
It was pretty crazy that whole thing. I think this might be.
That's cutting stuff.
I was 21 when I wrote this.
That's insane. And this came out 20 years ago.
No.
And it would
30 years ago.
Oh shoot. I'm so old. So that came out 30 years ago and I could still bump that right now.
So controversial back then.
Yeah, it was controversial.
That's way before it was even close to
This
cool.
is an actual true story because we were trying to promote the record and we could buy ad time on KDWB at night for $10 a shot.
Wow.
So we created a 30-second ad and we wanted to advertise the record on the radio. And KDWB, they had to go into like high-level meetings of whether or not they wanted to promote it on their station.
That's
They had to.
insane.
But they only would put it on at night, like between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. at night. That's
Right.
the only time.
The cuss time.
Yeah.
Because that's when you can cuss on the radio.
Yeah, but the fact that we were saying, the Minneapolis' very first gay artist on the radio, and we could say that, to say we could.
That's
say
so.
that was a big deal.
Did you see what Detective Pizza said about the song?
What's that? No.
No, I'm like way up high because I'm trying to catch up on all these. I have 42 messages I haven't seen yet. Because
that was that was the first album project that I wrote. That was the first song that I ever laid down. I recorded it, wrote it, engineered it, and mixed it, but I didn't master this one there. So that was left to William. But yeah, I was pretty young back then when I did that. So yeah, actually that's one of the projects I'm most proud of. It's the truth.
Somebody said,
That's amazing.
Chris, tell Rob he's the best, and he's my favorite.
Oh, you're the best, and you're their favorite.
Oh, okay. Thanks to them all for just saying that out loud. You know, that came from you.
No, there are so many questions coming through, and somebody asked to duet this live, which we can talk about some other time, Rogan. But I want to talk about that and kind of go over what the goals are for the live before I just do a dual live with somebody.
Do it live, yeah.
You get to see one artist or band that you haven't seen before, that you never got to see and will never be able to see.
Ooh.
Who would it be?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's an easy one for me. I'm gonna go first while you guys think about it. Queen.
Yeah.
OG Queen with Freddie Mercury.
Yes.
That would absolutely be mine. There's not even a competition. That would absolutely be mine.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you can see Queen now with what's his name, the new lead singer. But Queen with Freddie, 100% my answer.
Yeah.
Mine would be Led Zeppelin.
Oh, okay.
I would want to see John Bonham in his heyday.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to hear Robert
and Robert Plant, yeah. To think of him doing, what's that song? Dazed and Confused.
Exactly.
Or yeah, or Black Dog, or any of those cuts. That would be great to see. I would have loved to see Cream. I would have loved to see them too. Because they were like the first super band ever really put together, and they like had the one song and no one knew what they were doing. So that would have been awesome to see. And I'll name two more. Jimi Hendrix, 1966, Met Stadium.
Oh, okay.
In Bloomington, Metropolitan Stadium.
Yep.
In there, I would have loved to be able to see that. And then the last one, I would have loved to see Rick James and the Stone City Band. With
these are good pulls.
Yeah, this is an excellent lineup. It would have been Zapp that opened up for Prince, who opened up for Rick James.
Oh my God.
I don't think that's the lineup right now. Like if we were to do that like any other time period, that wouldn't be the lineup.
No, that would not be the low. No, first of all of them would have killed each other.
Yeah,
we just would have heard about that because Prince and Rick didn't get along, and Prince didn't get along with Roger either. So
I don't feel like Prince got along with very many people in the business.
Well, I mean, there's probably some yeahs and no's with that, but but again, if you're Prince and I can play everything and you can't,
right?
So you kind of earn your arrogance.
When you're the Michael Jordan of your thing, like that's how that works. All right, JDore.
Well, I'm sure you guys probably already guessed this. It's Vanilla Ice.
You can go to a Timberwolves halftime show and see him tomorrow, bro.
Vanilla Ice. That's awesome. That's awesome. Seriously.
Nah, for real though. Definitely Prince, of course. And, KRS-One.
Oh, okay.
KRS-One, Boogie Down Bronx. Like, especially if it was like back in its heyday when he was just buck wild. Everybody that I knew said he just blew everybody away. Everybody except for Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes is the only person that could follow KRS-One and match them.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hey, one of your favorite followers just joined the live. Guinea Pig Soup just joined.
Hey!
We were talking about you earlier.
Love your stuff. Love your stuff.
We are so happy that you're on.
Seriously, I love it. For real. Vibe off it all the time. It's nice.
It's so good.
It is.
Thank
you, Kenny.
So we have another question. Who's your target audience, like for age group? For me, mine is just whoever's at the same stage of life that whatever I'm rapping about is. I mean, I think that's a pretty broad group. I'm not aiming at 20 somethings.
No,
I'm
I
not
don't think so.
aiming at people older than me. I'm just aiming at, if you feel this, then you feel it.
Feel it, yeah. I would agree with that.
I don't know how to answer that differently. It's,
I would agree with that because
we're not making music for teens that.
No, we're not. It's not like a cookie cutter machine.
Right.
Really, I'm pretty genreless if you really think of it. I'm not wrapped into like I can just do rap, or I can just do R&B, or I can just do rock and roll, or I can just do classical. No, man, you scan the gamut. You really do. Just like I don't just listen to just R&B. I listen to country and listen to pop and rock and heavy metal and death metal. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love Guar?
Really?
My mother.
Mine too.
Seriously, I mean, that's
Real spit though. I mean, if you play one of our joints for a 6-year-old, she probably gonna start dancing, or he.
Yeah.
And if you play it for your grandma, she probably gonna get with it too. So
Yeah.
I think it for at least what we're working on now.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
before, when we were cursing and being more controversial and talking about women's body parts, maybe not. But now we're older,
Right. We're not doing that kind of stuff
you can
now.
play us right next to what's the dinosaur that all the kids like?
Barney. Yeah.
Oh no,
I hate
okay, no, not Barney.
Barney, really? We gotta put us next to Barney?
No, the who's the? Oh, I can't remember it, but
Yeah.
he got slaps.
Yeah. I see you, Jay. I might have to write another battle here tonight, but I see you, Jay. And I remember I was talking recently because people were talking to me about how, because to be honest, I wasn't always down with like the BLM. I wasn't, and you know this. I was learning about it when we met, because I'm a white kid from a white kid town, and so.
Like a song.
So
that does sound like a song, doesn't it?
I will make that.
I'm a white kid from a white kid town.
And
like John Kelly Cougar Jam.
I mean,
wow,
I have that as a line in my George Floyd rap. I have that as a line, but I hate you both right now. This is derailing to a whole level. But somebody asked me like what it took to open my eyes, and like for real, and this is not me just hyping only us up, but for real, for me, one of the biggest moments for me to see that being not racist wasn't enough. Being anti-racist, being actively against racism was what my goal should be. Because I'm like, well, what do they care? Like, I'm not racist. Nobody I know is racist. And to instead be like, no, forget racism. Like, we're going to fight against this. Was when you were in the dining room at my old house in Watertown, Minnesota, which is another white people town.
Yep.
And it's Rob's wife, me, Drew, the Bowers, and Eric, our old pastor.
Yeah, Eric,
who was also just learning about it, but he was open to it, and you played this song for us called Black Man Standing.
Oh yeah.
Which is it's just basically a Black Pride song.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a song that freaked out Eric. I was expecting it to actually be harder than it was, but it was this song that we could all vibe to, and suddenly it clicked for the three of us at that table who were straight white men.
Nice.
That it wasn't just about being not a racist. It wasn't about me looking at you and not calling you a slur. It was about me standing next to you and facing those people who do call you those things.
Exactly.
And so that's the target audience. The people whose minds can be changed for the better. The people who feel what we're putting out and are at a point where they're ready to listen. I mean, that's my target.
That's straight, bro.
Yeah, I love you.
That's facts, bro. Straight up.
Sarah has a question for just me.
Surprise.
Because remember, I'm like 27 questions behind right now. So who's this girl, Chris? The song that I wrote in 6th grade, she's asking me about that. I remember her name. It was Julia Salvadori. She did not have a middle name. She was very Italian that way. And I wrote this song for her. And I regret everything about this because Julia Salvadori is now a world-traveling drug user.
What?
Who, like, posts to her Instagram story and such and has gotten things taken down that were legal in the country that she was in, so they had to put it back up, even though they're illegal in our country. Because she would smoke all sorts of things that are not legal in America but are totally fine in Thailand or wherever she was. So she is not at all the person I hang out with nowadays.
Julia Salvatore.
But yeah, so that was who the first song was for.
Don't answer that.
Yeah.
Don't say it.
Nope, not anymore. Maybe back in middle school when I was in middle school, but not anymore. Not anymore, man. Like, when you use meth openly, it changes some structural design.
It does try to change your whole deal.
Point.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We got people just hype off of the song from thanking you for being on the cutting floor of the LGBTQ movement back in 1991.
Yeah,
Right?
that was a 91. Yeah.
That's strong.
Because some of my followers don't remember that was ever really a struggle.
Yeah.
Like, they see that there's still more to be done.
Yeah.
But there was a point where, like,
Oh, dude.
you, like
couldn't
there
walk
was
down the
an
street.
open, I remember I lived in Des Moines, Iowa. There was a man that got gay bashed, like, beat up.
Yeah.
And the perpetrator, the guy that did it, went to court and openly said, "Yep, I did, because he's gay and he hit on me." And not only did they just believe that he would get hit on, even though he looked like a 900-pound bigger version of me with no ability to groom his beard, this man walked away. Like, after beating up a dude because the guy that he beat up was gay. And, like, this was in, about probably 1991, maybe 1993 even. And so, like, this was just happening.
Man.
And it still happens,
Yeah.
but you would go to trial and you would lose now.
Right.
Oh yeah, you
Right.
lose.
But back then, you just walked away.
Ridiculous.
This is the whole thing. Thank you for correcting me, Unicortney. I see from a while ago, she corrected that it was 30 years ago, even though I wanted it to be 20 years ago, 1991.
Some of us aren't as good as math
Yes.
as you are.
Sorry, we had new math going on.
JDore, they said that you passed the vibe check.
Yeah.
Follow JDore. Follow at RobbieRobBeats.
I promise I'll start posting stuff soon.
And I showed Jay how to screen record some music, so he's going to be posting some of his own stuff here soon. What's your opinion on Chris being a massive simp? To Sarah. I said we're answering every question, so I like that I love my girlfriend as much as I do, so you can hate as much as you want, and I'm not even going to let these guys answer that, even though I said we're all answering every question.
Hey,
We're not.
Simping ain't easy.
Simping ain't easy.
It's hard out here for a
Isn't
simp.
that from Boys and Men? Then they have a song, Simping ain't easy.
Right?
Sullivan King. You know Sullivan King? EDM and dance metal mix.
Okay, I'm interested. You got my attention.
That's a dude that we'll have to check out. I'm assuming, dude. Maybe I could be wrong, but Sullivan King.
All right.
Because we said all the things. Sarah said Eminem, and I don't know what that's in reference to, but
Who
Eminem.
she would see perform?
Oh, see perform.
Oh, that'd be cool. Eminem back in the day? Absolutely.
Dude, he's so...
I would have liked to see him in at the Rap Olympics battling. That would have been
That would've
cool.
been
Yes.
Seriously, when he was just eating fools alive.
I
Yup.
would like to see
And
it
he-
now, man. I
yeah.
think his last record was...
His
like,
last
the
record,
dopest.
yeah.
So good, man.
It was
Yeah,
so good.
Eminem is like back on being one of the best dudes. I mean, really.
When did he
It's
ever stop?
inarguable.
And-
It's inarguable.
The Rehab album was, even Eminem said it was eh.
Yeah, that was like his fall off.
Yeah.
He is made
He
up.
fell
No,
off.
you can-
I mean, that
that
guy-
can-
But even
bro.
like him falling off is like most other dudes' best tryout. You know what I mean? Like,
It's true.
you know, if it's one of those things where like you comparing him to himself, that's his worst. But you comparing that album to anybody else, it still holds up.
It's true.
It's like people talking about Boondock Saints versus Boondock Saints 2.
Oh my god.
The sequel is not as good. But if you compare that movie to any other action movie that year, it was the best one. It's not anything compared to the first one.
No.
But it was still a great action movie by itself.
Speaking of rap, no, we got
Fire,
it.
I see that you're here. We can do a duet live sometime, but I want to talk about what we're going to talk about before we do it instead of during the live, if you feel me.
Last night they talked about who had more platinum records, The Rock or John Cena.
I know the answer.
Oh my God, that was a 45-minute conversation.
If the stupid thing is that if he would have actually recorded this song that he wrote for Vicky Guerrero, who was a WWE personality, it's been watched so many times on YouTube that one song would actually have made it platinum. And that's my favorite part about it, this argument.
It was an excellent argument. I laughed hard, seriously. And actually, to answer the question, it was The Rock. He's 4 times platinum.
Yeah. It's insane.
It's like, really?
Okay, so Gasly is asking, and this is from a little bit ago. Sorry, guys, I'm behind on some of these questions.
All right, so we better
you guys are churning them out.
Yep.
What led to you writing that song? Because they're assuming that you're straight, which I also assume, having met your wife, and stuff like that. But I could be wrong. You could have just ended up in a straight relationship. But you could have just ended in a straight relationship, but you could have been anywhere on the spectrum.
Exactly.
But you're straight, correct?
Yes, I am.
So what led to you being willing to jump on that track 30 years ago?
It was a challenge. It really was. Nobody had done anything remotely talking about gay pride or talking about what it felt like to be in a relationship or felt like or felt like, they had to be in the closet or and go out and try to be able to find fun, even though you got a wife at home and you got kids at home. You feeling this guy over here.
Right.
Nobody wrote about that. That was a challenge. How do you put that into an artistic and musical context that will make a lot of sense? That people will be like, yeah, I'm feeling what you're feeling. But writing the title track, I Am. That was actually more about a conversation that we have with the artists, because generally some of the process is that you sit and I got this from Terry Lewis and Jimmy Jam. Before they wrote Control, they sat down and had a conversation with Janet Jackson. And they just talked to her they got to know her. They went around the city, they would, and then as they were talking with her, they would formulate their tracks. So in this case, the guy I was with at the time, who I was producing with, his name is William. Me and William, we sat down with the guy and we just said, hey, let's talk about some of the things that you guys go through. I don't know what that is. Let's have that conversation. And through those conversations, I came up with the song I Am, because, you want to be proud of who you are, no matter who you are. It didn't necessarily, that song doesn't necessarily have to, go to gay pride. It could be universally anyway. I am the way I am because I'm proud to be the way I am. That reverberates to just about anybody just having great self-esteem about themselves, or being proud of who they are, sexually or whatever that is. But that's what really kind of drove that song, was to be able to do that, and then have the lyrics kind of be something that they would talk about personally. I says, I'm compelled to show my pride. I'm still the same person to be, that just to be accepted is my plight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, everyone wants to be able to evolve into some sort of acceptance at one point. Everyone feels unsure about who they are at some point.
Yeah.
Whether you're straight or gay or black or white or whatever.
Yeah, that's the most relatable thing ever.
It really is. It's a relatable experience that just about every human goes through at one point in time. So that's kind of what kind of spurred me to do that project, because there was nothing like it. It was a huge challenge. And, being a 21-year-old, straight male, how do you write about gay issues? Mm-hmm. Seriously, how do you flip your mind to write about things that you can only relate to it? So you only have to just relate to it in the context of, how other people or how you looked at it there. That's probably the best way for me to be able to explain that. But that's an excellent question.
Absolutely. So I think I'm finally to the bottom here. Guinea, I said I would answer to you, so anybody that doesn't want a spoiler, cover your ears. Fast 9 does go to space.
that is Fonzie jumping the shark. That's all I'm gonna say.
They 100% jump the shark. But I will say this: go see it. It's amazing. Oh. And my disbelief has been suspended since the 5th movie where they where they finally got their car-related superpowers.
Yeah, but I get that. I understand. There's fast cars, cool action, cool scenes that make sense. I mean, there's a scene in Fast 9 with Vin Diesel, and it's like you never would jump out of that truck.
No.
I'm like, no.
No.
I literally had to laugh. I'm like, okay, we've officially jumped the shark.
Well,
absolutely.
Get into like 9 accidents within one movie, and you're fine.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what you're getting when you
and they reference.
You know what you're getting.
And they finally referenced that in this movie.
Yeah.
Did they?
Yes. Tyrese does a whole spiel about how he's like, have you ever noticed that we're all still fine? I
won't even talk about the submarine.
Even dudes that died didn't die. He even references it. He's like, and it's this whole introspective moment. I don't want to ruin it for anybody that wants to go see it.
They had to get meta, man.
Go see it. Yes, they absolutely get meta.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, it's not as silly as a giant lizard fighting a monkey.
Wait, you don't understand the jump to the shark reference? In Happy Days, there is an episode where the Fonz
the main character of the show
gets in his motorcycle, and
no, he gets in a boat.
Is it a boat?
He gets a boat.
Water skis.
And he water skis.
Oh yes.
And it was the show is at its absolute height. Everyone knew about this height where does Fonzie survive if he jumps the shark? And after Fonzie jumped the shark was the beginning of the end.
Yes.
Of Happy Days.
So it got to such a ridiculous point.
Yes.
That it crossed into something completely ridiculous and completely new.
Yeah, and once I saw them go, is it really? No, we've officially jumped the shark.
I called it before it happened.
This is what we're talking about. So Detective Pizza, who's I think 15 or 16, she wrote, "My wife knows that I'm straight, so it's fine." These are jokes that we couldn't make back in 1991.
Yes.
But I love that you made it. That's absolutely fantastic. Like a 3-gallon tank with a 2-foot shark. That's what she. I saw the clip. I didn't see it live, obviously. I saw it on Nick at Night as a kid. But
that's funny.
I love it. 14, she says, is actually how old she is. So last question, and then I think we're going to wrap up the live here. And this is a question from before. I just wanted to address it because I got 3 or 4 questions in my personal about it and a couple from you. Do we have the ability to sell things like beats and music and stuff? And the answer is kind of. If you message me or on RobbieRobBeats' page, we will figure out contracts and things because we want to do it the right way and the legal way. And Rob is always open to beats being used in legal ways. And the long answer that I'm going to make a short answer is it's coming.
Yes.
We have website capabilities and things like that. We want to do it in a simple way that's still easy for everybody to access and also is a driving force kind of website. So we have access to that. We're working on it. By the time that Rob gets to 1,000 followers, we'll have that ready.
Yeah, we'll have that ready.
And then we'll go live on Rob's, and then Rob and I can live duo each other. Mm-hmm. And JDore, we're getting him to catch up too. So follow everybody that's in this, and make sure you follow RobbieRobBeats because he's not right now. And we'll get everybody on there ready to go, hopefully by November, so that we can get some stuff to you guys for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
All right. Say your goodbye.
See you guys. Thanks for everything. Appreciate it.
Girl, you're coming up on me, and you know you're sexy, love. I don't want to do up your body.
That's awesome.
I don't know how to follow that up, but goodbye. I love you guys. Thanks for being here.